I'm Jay Horton. I make movies that make money. This is how. A few weeks back, me and the CRAVING team finished up the first leg of production on our feature film. And we did not use a slate for any of the takes. Oh my God, are you insane? That's one of the first things you learn about in film school. And yes, it does help. It does save a bunch of time in post. It helps in many ways. Even when the director is the editor, it's a huge post-production time saver. So why on earth would anyone ever decide not to use a slate? Well, here's the thing. I am the editor. I am the assistant editor. And when it comes to post-production on this little, under $100,000 movie, the only person I am inconveniencing or taking up more time for is me. When it comes to production, every little delay costs not only time, but money. And when you include the costs of cast, crew, location, etc., it can be a lot of money. Now, many will say, but it only takes a few seconds to slate a take. And that is true. But in this particular case, I had a very small crew, only 3 people on the camera team. 2 of which were operating the cameras 99% of the time, and the other one was acting as a grip, gaffer / AC. If we were slating, that gaffer, grip, AC would have to quickly, in a matter of seconds, adjust a light, slate a take, go back, adjust another light, and then go. Plus keep track of the slates and takes. Now, is all of that doable? Sure, but it would have ate up time that we did not have. And the budget was tight. So tight that we could not afford another camera assistant. So we decided to forego slating. And quite honestly, I don't think we would have got everything in had we done it, or at least not at the level that we did. Several years ago, this would have made post-production virtually impossible. But today, with non-linear editing programs like Premiere, you can sync by waveforms, and as long as the cameras are rolling some kind of source sound, it's fairly easy to sync the files, and make any frame adjustments if it's slightly off. I just made sure each day that both cameras and sound were using the same naming conventions and all the files are in a consecutive numbered order. I am not saying that this is the way to do things. In fact, I would never recommend this for other filmmakers, especially less experienced ones. But here's the deal. I've been editing for over 20 years, directing just as long. I can make sense of a slateless mess of files, especially ones that I'm already familiar with because I directed it. Others' experiences using this technique, they'll vary. I know editors all around the world are watching this like, what the is this jackass saying? And of course, yes, there were alternatives. I could have found volunteer help to do just the slating. I just don't like using volunteer help. Also, the major problem with that on a shoot that goes over a few days is you can't always count on that person even showing up. And slating is a skill. It is something that you learn. Just giving somebody a slate, you spend more time teaching them than you will just doing it. Anyway, we could have also tried to sync with timecode, but I've personally found that to be problematic in the past. Maybe it's more ironed out now, but I didn't want to chance it. I've just got more experience doing the waveform syncing, so that's what I decided to go with. Here's the thing. Slates are super helpful, but if you're making a little tiny movie and you are indeed an experienced director and editor, you can make it through without. Like so many other guideline rules in filmmaking, there are times when you can deviate, where it's smart to deviate. So use these hacks when you can, or don't use them. But whatever you do, keep making movies.